Okay, so we are going to try to update our Smartfade console. So we would need to go to atcconnect.com. It is a legacy product as the last version came out in 2011, and we're looking for version 3.02. So we would click this in order to download that. Once that finishes downloading, I will get a file that will look like this, but it will come to us in a compressed format. So we would need to click this extract all button to uncompress the files that we need. Finally, we would then get the uncompressed file, and it would appear like this. And then if I double click in this folder, I'll have the Smartfade SRC file. So this is the file that we're looking for. You can see the date that it was created, and we would want to copy that over to our SD card. So here's my removable disk. This is my SD card. You can see on my SD card I have a couple show files as well as the firmware update as well. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to click this, copy over. It's going to ask if I want to replace. That's fine. And I now have my file on my SD card. We're now going to take this SD card over to our console. Okay, so now I have my SD card. It's going to go into this SD slot. Card label is facing out this way so that it goes in all the way. So I click it in. Then I am going to unplug the power and hold the menu and mode button down and plug power cable back in and continue to hold the two buttons. When it says entering test mode, please release buttons. We're going to release those two buttons. And this is the manufacturing test mode. We're going to check mark through all the tests. I have an older console, so there may be an error that comes up here. It's going to run through a memory test, and then this is what we're looking for. Firmware upgrade, are you sure? We're going to circle up to yes and hit check mark. It's going to give me where I can find it, and if I successfully have the firmware on my console, it's going to run through the update. And you'll see that progress bar. Then it's going to reboot, flash the version, and then it's going to be defaulted. So I'm going to go into full control mode. So before I update, I also will want to save my show file beforehand on the SD card. I'm in full control mode. I'll press check mark, and then it returns me back to normal operating mode. Notice the stack button is automatically activated, so most folks would disable that as well.